Welcome back to our discussion of the Diels-Alder reaction, everybody. We are going to do an exercise for our final exam now. We have to predict products of Diels-Alder reaction. Okay, so the arrows are always the same. We have to do mechanisms too. Yeah. So let's just practice our mechanisms. Fixed lengths off, fixed angles off, why not? Your eyes going down here to here. And then up there, and then there. Practice, practice, practice. Ends at one end of the diene, resonates to the middle of the diene, go to the other end of the diene file. Same every time. So yes, you have to do the mechanism on the final. It's the easiest mechanism of the semester, isn't it? 3 arrows, you don't draw anything else. You got the product. Well, one type of question is to do the mechanism where you do have the products. And the other type of question is this question where you have to predict the products. I wouldn't ask you for both ever. I never ask you for both. Give me a mechanism and give me products. What happens if you don't know the products? You can't do the mechanism. We have a question. I'm trying to move my plus sign and it won't let me.
Oh, so you would give these mechanisms?
This would be on a mechanism question, I give you reactants and products. This is clearly not a mechanism question. The mechanism there is there for your review. Okay, I'm just trying to move my lone pair now. Sorry. And there you go. The thing is, guys, do this every time. How hard was that? How hard was that? Every product has a minimum cyclohexene. Every product, minimum cyclohexene. Done. You're not done the question, though. We need some labels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you tell me what's missing on my labels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So which atom needs a group over here? And I need I should have copied the numbers too. Oh, man. I need them so you can tell me where to put stuff. I have an amine on one. I agree wholeheartedly. And I have a fluorine on 6. Is that what you said? Okay. So let's put the fluorine on 6. And let's put the amine on 1. And that's sort of it. I mean, it's not but for the level of introductory Diels-Alder reaction, it is it. You can get into a lot of theory about Diels-Alder reaction that we do not have time to cover. And it would tell you whether those fluorines and the NH2s are cis or trans to each other, cis or trans. And I'm not going to get into it. So you leave that one like this. And methyl group is on 4 up here. No, methyl group's on, 4. And we have a carbonyl on 6. So here's 6 with carbonyl. And here's 4. I guess I'm out of room to put a methyl. I can put a methyl there in the middle of the ring. I know it's not a carbonyl. Don't give me a hard time. Now it's carbonyl. And once again, I'm not going to worry about cis or trans on that. But I am going to discuss this next one. The 2 products are going to look pretty much the same here. You tell me what's missing this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need a label here. I'm going to call that carbon A. How's that? Tell me what is A bonded to? 2 things, correct? To 1 and 4. 1 and, what kind of a molecule did we just make? a bicyclo. Sound familiar? Aren't you making one today in experiment 15? Big bad bicyclo on the board behind me. Yeah. Bicyclo in here. Yeah. Let's see. Where is this aldehyde? What carbon number? 6. Okay. Now, believe it or not, there are 2 products here. 2 products. I'm going to get rid of this, but it's going to come back, okay? Don't want to get rid of them. And I got this whole guy out of the box. And I should have got rid of the major because it's going to be minor. And in one of them, you got this group down and an H up. That's not what I wanted. H up. And in the other one, you got the H down. And in the other group, up. And I want to make it very clear. In this bicyclo, that's coming out of the page. We good? And we really can't understand it until we look at the toys. And I'm going to show you some toys. Very rare. Stop share. Here comes toys. Where did I put it? Here it is. So here is a bicyclo, and I just want to be consistent with my ChemDraw. I'm going off screen here for a second. ChemDraw has the alkene on the right, the bridge sticking up in the air. And I hope that brings us back now. Where's my little guy? There I am. Share screen, going back. No, I didn't want to share screen. Sorry. Rusty video. Here's the toy. This is the one where the aldehyde is down. Look, it's down. You want to see the H? There's the H that's clearly up. Here's the bicyclo right here. The double bond over here. The double bond. Now, this is the major product for one reason. You do agree that during the Diels-Alder reaction, that pi that's right there is a new pi. And you do realize that pi is less stable than sigma, right? You knew that from a long time ago. So that pi bond is your limiting feature in this reaction. It needs to be helped. If you can help it, then the reaction speeds up. And it so happens that when you have a species like this, where there's another pi bond from the dienophile that can get close in space, look how close they are. Those 2 pi bonds are like right beside each other. They're not touching, they're not really bonding with each other, but they're close in space. What we call that, it's kind of nice. It's called GOO. Good orbital overlap. Okay. If I tell you the opposite of good is poor, then you guys know where I'm going. Maybe some of you. I'm going to go the other product right now, where this wasn't down, it was up, and the H was down. Please come off, H. Thank you. The other product doesn't have GOO. Look, these pi bonds are nowhere near each other. There's one. It's got all these carbons in the middle. There's no way they can interact with each other, these 2 pi bonds. Pi bond here, pi bond here. A little too close. There you go. These pi, they can't get close to each other. So what do you call it? It's not good orbital overlap. They don't overlap at all. It's poo. It's poo. Poor orbital overlap means this product is minor. So we need a name for this product where the double bond that we made in the Diels-Alders here, and this group is sticking as far away from it as possible. As opposed to the other one, where they were right on top of each other, right? With the goo. We got goo. Good orbital overlap. They're right near each other. So I'm going to call this product where they're like in tight with each other, the endo product. And the other one where they were sticking away from each other, the exo product. This has nothing to do with heat, everybody. This has to do with situation. When are you endo, when are you exo? Let's go share a screen here. This one is called endo, because if you think about it, that's a wedge that makes this a dash. That puts the pi bonds close to each other. See that? Pi bonds close to each other equals goo equals good orbital overlap. And what was the opposite story? Over here, pi bonds far to each other, far from each other. Poor orbital overlap. That's why it's minor. Just to make sure you know, these are down. Those pi bonds are nowhere near each other. This one's up above the ring, and this is down below the ring. There's no way they can interact. Okay? So remember the name of the ones where they were like close in on each other? It started with an E. Endo product. So in the Diels Alder, when you make a bicyclo, this is when you're making bicyclos. Endo will be major. And I got two major labels here. Exo is not major, it is minor. And there you go. And I think that covers everything we need. So there's your Diels Alder reaction in a nutshell.